In my personal case, I believe that I am lucky because many women had to do the first step. For example, for me to be a professional, there was one woman who decided that she needed to study. Like for voting, there was one woman who decided why my opinion is not counted. I mean, for me it's a big responsibility because I need to continue with that. Maybe I'm not going to be the first woman to do something, but that doesn't mean that I'm not available to support another woman. And I believe that you have to follow your dreams, but most of all you have to be like self-confident about the decisions that you're taking. You have to find out that right now we have the opportunity to pursue our dreams. 10 years ago, 20 years ago was not available to do so. So we have to make the difference. I mean, I don't believe that the gender is going to define how productive or how successful you're going to be, but in our hands we have like the opportunity to make the difference. It doesn't mean that women are going to be better than men or men are better than women, but we have the same abilities, we have the same skills, and we have to fight for our same rights. I mean, in paying issues, in the opportunity, in getting a better job. I mean, we're intelligent as men, and we're different physically, but it depends on how we prepare ourselves to be better. I believe that's what I can suggest. I'm going to share a personal experience. As I come from Guatemala, remember that most of the gender problems that we have, they start at home. I was born and raised in a house where women don't have any power at all. I remember that when I won the scholarship to come here to Mexico to study the scholarship, my dad, he said, "I'm proud of you because you show me that you are intelligent and you show me that whatever you want to get it. But remember, if you want to get out of my house, there are only two ways of doing so. You need to be dead or you need to be married." And I was 22 years old, and I remember that I said, "Okay, Dad, I'm not going to get married, and I believe I'm not going to kill myself, so I'm leaving." And he said, "If you want to do so, the first step that you get out of the house, I'm going to forget that you're my daughter." And I've been here for 20 years in Mexico. I mean, he thought that he was going to be a stop for my journey in life, but in my brain I was like, I'm going to do what I want to do, and he's not going to stop me. And I remember that in my house, for example, I have my mom, my dad, and my brother and I. And my brother, he was like, "You are always causing us problems. Why aren't you a real woman?" And I was like, "I am, and I'm pursuing what I want." But that's why, for example, when kids or students come to me and they ask me what they can do, is like, fight for what you want. I mean, people is going to tell you no, but it's not going to be definitely like the stop and you're going to stop doing anything or everything. You have to follow your dreams, and it's not going to be easy. It's going to be rough sometimes, and you have to find out that sometimes it's going to be really, really, how can I explain it in words? For me it was really tough because I had to say no to my family, but I don't care. I mean, if I look back to the time, for me it was the best decision I made. But you'll cry, and you'll think that, does it really matters? And yes, it does. It's not going to be easy, but you'll find like a big smile like I have right now, because if I had to turn back time, I would do it again. I was thinking about women, but I don't have any specific one. I admire all type of women that fight for what they want. When they say and share with me personal things that how they're fighting, for example, for her kids, for her personal goals in, I don't know, in professional life, how they can manage and make it real, that's for me something to applaud and say, wow, I want to be like you. I have many friends. I usually search for people that gives me like the strength to follow my dreams. So I may mention Carla Munguia, for example. She's my friend, and I love her very much because she fights for the environment. And of course, she's always fighting with people because in Mexico we're not exactly like the cleanest people in the world. But she's constantly reminding us that we only have one planet. Or Jane Delano, for example. She's from Querétaro. She is 70 years old, and she's continued working and trying to find like new technologies. And she said, I want to be young forever because I want to learn and share my experience with people. I mean, I will say Michelle Obama or Oprah Winfrey, Helen DeGeneres. I mean, I have a lot of women that are like my inspiration, but you are an inspiration too. For example, because you are young and you still have like a future to create a better place, a better, I don't know, a better country, a better city. So I'm like, I admire all people that are good in heart. That's it.